Hello, this is Adam Henderson. Today I'll be sharing with you guys how I prepare for um, uh, playing in nationals. I've played in, I think, two, maybe three. No, I think it's just been two. I've played in two nationals the past 2 years. They're both in Division Two. I'll be going to Albuquerque this Friday, and I'll be playing in my first showing at a Division One at nationals. It's pretty exciting for me to be able to play in Division One at nationals, and I've been studying a lot. And I've had people ask me before how I study. It's a little bit different. A lot of it is due to me being autistic. A lot of it is just due to how the way um, some of the more standard ways of studying words are just really tedious. I've tried to find ways to make it fun, and so I'll share some of those ways with you. I know I'm not the only one that finds some of the standard ways, like um, doing aerolith or doing Ziziva, note card studying Ziziva. Uh, those tend to be really bland ways of studying. So I've come up with some alternate ways of studying that I'm going to share with you guys today. All right. So I don't think I really have a login with Aerolith, but I'm just going to show you guys that don't know about Aerolith, because there may be some beginners that are watching. This is probably maybe the most standard way of studying words is by going to aerolith.org and clicking on this word walls, and I'll show you. Okay, I guess I have to sign in for it. I have no idea what my password is. Let me pause for a second. All right, so I got in. I logged in. Let's just do one of these. We'll do sevens. I think it's a different one each day. So I don't really know exactly. Yeah, it looks like today's sevens. It looks like it refreshes each day. So I'll hit start. And the interface is kind of garish. It's kind of hard to look at. The font is I don't know what font that is, but it's a serif font, which is generally for accessibility you want to use sans serif fonts. So I don't agree with the fonts. I don't agree with the green background. I think probably the user interface has a lot to. So like I've already spent a minute. This is the thing right here. They only give you like 5 minutes to do this. And so this is the part that where I say I just hate Aerolith, because I hate this thing, this timer. They don't give you enough time. They only give you 5 minutes. It's just starting down. I'm gonna give up because I've already wasted a minute. I want to like try again. All right. Looks like they only give me 4 minutes 30 seconds now. I don't know. That's weird. So let's try this. Inertly. See, it gives me anxiety. I can't even type inertly correctly. Hegumen. Don't know that one. Baffles. Unflaps. Oh, panfuls. Okay. See, I kind of have to lean in to look at these. Western. I don't know that one. Lachi. I don't know those two. Linked. Giving, clatter. And see, words like clatter, that's another reason, like, I don't need to study the word clatter. It's just a normal word. Um, so, like, super basic words like that does you no good to study. Um, uh, yeah, that's a tough one. Bullish, vowels. I don't know. So I'm almost half done. I've got hardly any of these. Uh, Logbook. Yeah, some of these that I'm getting are like really low probability, like Logbook. You're never gonna play that in the game. That's another reason I don't particularly care for this aerolith that everybody swears by. Marine, bearded, debeard, and abraded. No. Yeah, I don't know what this last one is there. Jordan's. Expulse. Ahimsa's. Scabble. Yeah, I didn't even know that word. Let's see. I don't know that one. Oh, that's a weird Z one. Usually I should get those ones that have the power tiles in them. I'm not under. Yeah, I'm not seeing what that Z one is. That one's tough. Facials, and there's another one in there that I don't know. Hagfish. Quantum. I'm out of time. Swindles. Yeah, that's not a word. Swindle. Okay. Well, actually, that wasn't a. Anyway. So you can see I only got like 47%. And, you know, I'm a 1700 player and I can't get more than 40%, like a lot more than 40% on these. So I just say, screw it, you know. You see people like Josh Sokol that get like close to 100% on these. For one, I shouldn't really be comparing myself to Josh Sokol. I mean, he's obviously way above me. You know, obviously Mac Miller's way above me. I've got to set realistic expectations for myself for Word Cup, but I think like some of these criticisms I've said about, you know, on these word walls, they have these really common words, they have really low probability words. I feel like just by those two criticisms alone, and also that they give you a counter that is just not helpful. If they're going to have a counter like that, they should at least give you more time. And I can restart. Like if I press start, it gives me another 4 minutes and 50 seconds to try to get the other 60%. But I don't know. It isn't for me. I'm gonna take a break now and see if my husband texted me just now. All right, so that wasn't my husband texting me, so we're good. The main thing I do for studying, that's I find is like a good alternative to doing aerolith, and like before, like the green people tell me, yeah, this is probably bad for the planet, just because I buy so many note cards. Let me show you. I tend to go to, and I know it's bad for the planet, but I feel like if I'm going to actually, I know some people are actually genuinely interested in how I study, so I want to be honest about it. So yeah, it's a little bit bad for the planet, but I'll go to Walmart. You can Walmart is like Staples. You can buy like 5 note cards, and it costs like it's a ridiculous amount. You can buy 5 note cards, and it costs like $12. But if you go to Walmart, you can get these, and they come in like 100 cards, and they used to only cost 50 cents. They don't cost 50 cents anymore. They cost it's less than $1 though. So anyway, it's less than $1. Uh, so for each this is my most recent one that I made. You can see it at the end. It says Patronal and beginning. It has whatever that word is in fever, I guess. And oh, I crossed this one out because it should say. So this isn't a good one to show. I need to write what level that is. But yeah. Good. I screwed up on which level it was, but this should say like 437. So I'm around 450 of these I've made. So for each pack that I showed of note cards, I can make about this thickness. This is about, I don't split it like exactly in half, but I just estimate splitting in half, and for each set of note cards I get 2 of these of about this thickness. And I just have a list of words that I've built up over time that I've seen either playing games or just seen in other ways from my studying, and that would be this list here. I think I've showed it on screen before, and so this is just a list I've come up with. It's a combination of words that if I've learned a new word from playing a Scrabble game, I'll enter it into here, and it's just this is just the challenge.txt that Ziziva automatically creates when you use its word judge. And so you can see I started this in 2006, and it's just a really long list. And this list is the list that I make all my flashcards from. So I get a good mix in here. And one thing I really like about these flashcards I make is that they're not based on probability. For me, that's just really boring to study. Like, okay, I'm going to study the most probable ones here. This one has like at the very beginning. I guess that's what you're supposed to do, but for me that's just way too boring. So I just have a good mix of high probability and low probability. I'm just not worried about the probability of these at all. And like a lot of these words like Gnathion, Agnation, Gentian, they looked like really cool words to me at the time in 2007, but a lot like Amadeus, these are just really high probabilities. So, you have some like Hypogean here that are lower probability, but if you look at most of these, Orpines, Proline, Hyocene's probably lower on probability. I still haven't played that one. But Histoid, that's one that comes up quite often in Scrabble. Atelier, I mean, that's one of the most. A lot of these, as I was first learning them, nail set and tails, I was, hitting a lot of the high probability just by normal. I'd seen it during a game, and I just put it on the list into mine, Xanadine. So I generate these flashcards from this list, And let's see if I can just do some of these. To save time, I'm just gonna flip them over. So I don't know what this word is, but I'm gonna flip it over. But like if I were trying to study this like I normally do, and probably most of my study is just doing these flashcards. And I like the physical cards because I can do them almost anywhere. Even like if I'm not driving, if my husband's driving, I can take some of these cards out and study because a lot of times you're just in the car. And rather than being on Facebook, I can use that time to study some flashcards. And anyway, so I'm not sure what this word is, CDIMOORT. Let's find out what this is. Okay, so this word is microdot. We got this one. Let's see what the next one is. So I do have some 9-letter words in here. This is a 9-letter one. I do realize that 9-letter words almost never come up, but I'd still like to study them. So what I do is when I come across a 9-letter word, then I'll just flip it over immediately rather than wasting any time on it. So this word is arbovirus. So these are not like completely without utility. Like this particular word, arbovirus, could come up if the word virus was played. Virus has a number of good extensions to it, so arbovirus is kind of an interesting one. And I'm not going to go through all these. Maybe I'll go through 2 more. So I don't know what this is. This is a longer one. Okay, so this is another. I like to group these together that have a common theme. So this is echovirus. This is obviously going to be a virus one again. Rotavirus. So yeah, on these flashcards I like to group similar words together. I think that is actually helpful too. So I still need to do the rest of this particular set, but I'll put this away. So next I have this game that I went to school to become a programmer, right? Didn't end up as a programmer because it gave me too much anxiety. I do QA now, but so I created this game for myself. It's just a game I created in C++ in a console window. At one point, I'm still kind of trying to market it, but I've kind of given up on it because there's just not enough interest. But I personally like to use it for myself. If you are interested in this particular game, I'll leave my email address in the comments. And I guess at this stage I'm still looking for beta testers because it's quite a robust game. So like if I go into trial mode, this might be good to show you guys. I was going to show you game mode, but like, so if I open trial mode, I can press H and it gives me a list of levels. So it shows 1 through 19. And so words ending in like is one of the favorite ones. That's the very first level. After that, there's fish, bird. Level 4 and 5 is pre and out. Level 6 is wording able. Level 7's words starting with over. So like over is a really good one. Let's do that one. It's just such a good one to study. So it's just basically a word guessing game. So there's a lot of really obscure over words. So over hype, over plan, over plant, which is I actually played in a Wheels game. I played over plan, and then the next letter was a double word score, and I was able to get a T on there for over plant. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but it's just a word guessing game, and I don't do this a lot because it's probably not the best way to study, but especially if I am in the mood to study a particular prefix, I'll do this. And then I also have game mode, which is something I like to do. It's just you go through each level in order. So for this one, there's like a certain threshold you have to meet to get to the next level. and there's like over 200 levels. I'm gonna go to the next level. And so here, words starting with try, 7 to 9 letters. I like to include the 9 letters ones in this game because those game words are just really fun. So we have triamine, is that a word? No. I think triamide is a word. No, triazine is a word for sure. And I haven't put the thresholds yet on these later levels, so it says, congratulations, you can go. Let's see, triethyl, which does not take the S. We'll just do a few more of these. Tripods, triangle, trimester. Yeah, so I'll just try to think of all the words. I'll do this level later, but it's just a guessing game where you try to think of all the valid Scrabble words that begin with a prefix or end with a suffix. So I'll save this one. I'll close this. So I'll do that sometimes. The next thing I do is I was on the dictionary committee, and I'm actually recently rejoined the NASPA dictionary committee. John Chu is going to have me go through, because with this Funk and Wagnalls, this is one of the 5 original word sources, and people like to, a lot of the ones that are like words starting with over come from this dictionary, or like someone commented, like I think it was Matt Canick commented like unbared, just looked super weird, like it shouldn't be a word. I think a lot of the, so if I flip to the U page here, you'll see, so what this dictionary like to do is like at the bottom here, you'll see all these words without a definition, and it has all, with really common prefixes, suffixes, this dictionary will like to add a lot of like really funny words, and they'll just be here without the definition. So we have unjoyful, unjudged, what else we got? I'm trying to hold this up. It's not doing a good job. Unloving, unlovingly, unlubricated. So one thing that NASPA has been trying to do with this particular dictionary for a long time, and we're still in the process of doing it, is we're trying to update the long words. Because at the beginning, they only culled the words of length 2 to 8 letters. And so you saw the word unlubricated. So if I type that in, it's not going to be a valid word because they only culled the 2s through 8s. So we still need to work on getting all of the long words from this dictionary, and that's kind of my job that I've been tasked to do. And there are a ton of long words that are going to be added whenever they finally do add them. So expect that to be coming. If I ever get through this dictionary, I mean, I probably, yeah, I'm, if you look, this is kind of where I'm at. I'm almost done with the letter P. Whenever I get done doing my studying, sometimes early in the morning, I'll just study this dictionary, and I'll write down any words that I'm unfamiliar with, and I'll add them to that list that I showed you that I make those flashcards from. And so that's another way I study. And then if I ever get done with this dictionary, they recently added, NASPA added this one. It's the Canadian Oxford Dictionary. I'm going to open this up. It's still in the shrink wrap. I'm going to study this one too. So I mean, obviously I take Scrabble really seriously, but like I feel like I'm never gonna stop learning new words because I don't, for me personally, I don't feel like it's the 2 through 8s are the end all be all. I really do like to learn the 9s, and sometimes I even like to learn the 10s. And so, yeah, I do have some 10-letter words in my flashcards. Um, so, I mean, for me, it's not just for Scrabble, but I just love words. So I think Will Anderson said if you're going to study 9s and 10s, it can't be just for Scrabble utility. You have to do it for a different reason. It's kind of like mathematicians that like study things like number theory or advanced calculus. It's not so much that advanced calculus has utility, but like mathematicians that really enjoy doing calculus problems, for them it's just the beauty of mathematics, and it's not necessarily about the utility. That's how I'd compare it to. I think I've gotten through all the ways that I study now. Oh, except for my secret weapon. I finally haven't gotten to the secret weapon. So I have this Dream Plays list. So for leading up for about a year, whenever I find a word that I think is really, really good, I will put it on this Dream Plays list. And I'm not going to show you my Dream Plays list because I really do feel like it's my secret weapon. There's some words I really focus on because I've never seen them like ever in a broadcast game on YouTube. I've never seen them on boards just normal boards that you'd see at a tournament or in a club game. But they're words I've come across in my studies, and they're just words I really like to play. I decided I would show you the first ever Dream Play list that I ever created, so you can see some of the words that are on here. So this is my secret weapon, and I'll create a page just like this, and then after it's created, I'm just going to put it on my wall in my room, so that way I can look at it every once in a while. So you can see the first ones I ever created. So some of these words I'll show you guys. Some of them are just words that have a really cool construction that also contain a power tile. So like this one here, musk oxen, it's got the X. A lot of my Dream Plays lists have a power tile in it. And you can see Mizuna's K is almost a power tile, so a lot of the words will have a K in it. Or they'll just be low probability words I'd like to play, like Pimp Fi Guy. Some of them are just normal kind of higher probabilities, like this one here, Pimbina. This is higher probability, but I've just never seen this actually played in a game. It's one I'd like to play. Pat Once, or Patance, I don't know. I feel like I may have seen this played in a game before, but I don't know if I've ever played it myself. You have Paraga. So it's just a mix of a lot of words. There's a few 9-letter words here that I'll put on that are just amazing, like Pteridine. So I just wanted to share that with you. Here's Sherwani. You can hardly read it, but it says Sherwani. So just a lot of crazy words. Jongleur, Ironbark. Just words I'd really love to play in a Scrabble game. So I think I got through everything. I also want to get through like these last 2 weeks, and I also want to mention how I physically train, because I do some workout that helps with my confidence. I think maybe in the next video I might mention in these last 2 weeks how I've been preparing psychologically and physically. But that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and leave any comments you have about my study regimen, and like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.